Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a really exciting video. I'm sure you've seen so many of these already. Urban Decay dropped a new naked palette. If you guys didn't already know, they're actually having a pre-sale early release June 12th, which should be today when you're seeing this video. And there's only limited quantities. I will link it down below on the website. They did send this over to me. This video is not sponsored. This is all my own opinions on the palette. If you watch me on Snap, then I already gave you a little mini review on this, but my first impression hasn't changed too much. I have had some time now to play around with every single shade. So if you want to hear my opinion on every shade in the palette, the whole collection, the liners, the lipsticks, I'm going to go through that all in this tutorial. And I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe before you leave. And let's get to this tutorial review, swatches, all that good stuff. I already went ahead and primed my eyes. I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion and Fix. It's the new one they came out with, which all proceeds go towards their Women's Empowerment Fund. So I've been absolutely loving that one. The color's perfect for me. Using the brush provided, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Chaser. I'm just going to set my lid. Just going to help any shadow we apply over top go on more smoothly. This color is quite similar to my skin tone. This is one of the colors in the palette that I personally don't care for. Apart from the step that I'm doing right now, I don't feel like it does too much, and even so, I would prefer something different to set my eye. I feel like the first two shadows are a little bit sheer in my opinion. I absolutely love all the mattes in this palette, but those two shadows specifically just didn't live up to what I would hope. Now I'm going to take the third shade in, which is called Sauced, and I'm using a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. Tap off the excess, and this shadow specifically I was really impressed with. I think this one blends beautifully. It's so smooth and even pigmentation. It's not choppy at all. It just looks really nice. So I've had a chance to play around with all the mattes. Absolutely love them. I've played around with all the colors at this point. That's why I waited a few days so I could do a review, because I wanted to test out all the shades. And this one specifically is one of my favorites, which is awesome because it is the transition color I use most just to start off my look. So since I use it the most, I'm glad it's one of my favorites. You can see it builds nicely, really nice and even. Now I'm going to take the shade Low Blow on this brush that comes with the palette, and I'm just going to lightly deepen up that crease. I'm going to try and use as many shades as I can just so you can see how they blend. Again, this shade blends beautifully, just like all the other mattes in the palette. I haven't had any issues. They wear really nicely. They don't fade. Super blendable, so nothing bad to say about those. Using the shade He Devil, I'm just going to take it on a Luxie 237. This is even smaller than that previous brush, and we're just going to deepen up the lower crease even more. This is just going to give you that nice fade and gradient. Going to bring it down in the outer corner. I'm going to start working on deepening that up. I'm going to use the brush and take the shade Scorched right here, which is my favorite shade in the palette, and I'm going to use that all over my lid. This is super pigmented. You don't even need Fix Plus with this. However, I do find the shimmers fade slightly throughout the day. Even with a primer on, they just lose that metallic shimmery quality slightly throughout the day. Still absolutely love it though, but I just wanted to mention me being very picky that they do fade slightly. And I think this brush, especially this end, is really good for packing on the pigment. I do have a little bit of fallout, as you can see. That brush is excellent for packing on pigment, but as you can see, it does produce a lot of fallout. So I'm just going to swipe that away with a Luxie 640. Now I'm just going to further deepen up the look using the last two colors right here. I'm going to start with En Fuego. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Ashes, concentrate it even lower. The deepest color Ashes I love. However, I do wish they would have put maybe a shimmery black in the palette. Something with maybe some red, gold, and orange sparkle in it. I thought would be really cool to have sparkle that looks like flame in a black. I think that would have been cool if they did that. And then you would have been able to deepen up the look even more and get a really nice dark look, because I find with the shade selection, as you guys can see, that you're pretty much going to be only creating a mid-tone kind of eye. You're not going to do anything too light really, and nothing too dark. It's all going to kind of make a more mid-tone color. So maybe if they had one more light shimmery color and then a black, I think it would have been perfect. Now I'm just going to take the lightest shade, which is Ounce in the palette. I'm going to clean up the eye and also highlight. I don't like how I get color in here in my inner corner. It makes my eye, I don't know, I just don't like how it looks on my eye. So I like to clean that up. I don't like bringing color too far in. Now we're going to really pack on Ounce on just a shader brush. This is a Luxie 213. Pack it on the inner corner. So I've been really loving a bright inner corner lately. And I'm just going to go back with Sauced and just make sure everything is blended out nicely. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use Cayenne on that 237 we've been using. Just buff it under the eye. I want it nice and blown out. Using both of the 24/7 eye pencils in the collection, I'm going to use Alkaline to tightline, and then I'm going to use Torch on my lower waterline. And these last all day. I've already tested these out. Love the formula of these. These are the same as their other 24/7 eyeliner pencils. If you've used the formula before, they're one of my personal favorites. So these I definitely recommend in the collection. Now I'm going to do wing liner. I feel like I haven't done a wing liner tutorial in a while, so I'm going to use my L'Oreal Voluminous Liner Noir to do my wings. I was asked to do the opposite hand challenge. However, I'm ambidextrous. I don't know, not many people pick up on it, but I'm always switching between my right and left hand. So I don't think it would be a very fair challenge. Now that my eyeliner's done, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. And then I'm going to throw on these lashes from Icon. They're in Drunken Love. And I'll be right back. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Ember, which is the last shimmery shade in the palette. Just want to make a little connection here. So those are the eyes complete, and now we're going to move on to the lips. They have 3 lipsticks in the collection. I only personally recommend one because I'm not a fan of sheer metal formulas, which 2 of them are. One is a cream and it's in Fuel. That's the one I'm going to be wearing for this tutorial, but I will show you the other ones on my lips as well. This is the only one that I personally would buy though. Nothing's inherently wrong with the other lipsticks. They're just sheer and metallized, and I personally don't like that kind of lipstick. So if you do, I'm sure you will like them, but I just personally don't. So now I'm just going to take Fuel, which is a cream, no liner, just going to apply this to my lips. This is the final look using the new Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. Tried to use most of the shades for you guys so you can see how they work on the eye. I hope you enjoyed it. And for the shades that I didn't use, I just wanted to quickly go over them for you. Overall, I love the palette. I think the mattes are what set it apart for me. I think those are excellent, super blendable, super pigmented. The shimmers, some of them did fall short for me, specifically Lumber. It's a little bit more sheer than the rest. The others I do enjoy in the deeper range. However, there is a little bit of fallout, and they do fade slightly. If I'm going to be picky, they do fade over time, even with a priming product. And then the only 2 colors that I didn't really care for are the first 2. Ounce was a little bit sheer for me personally, and Chaser was also lacking a little bit of pigmentation. The rest I did enjoy and highlighted my only issues with it. I wanted to be super picky, play around with everything so you guys could see kind of the issues I had with the palette. However, in general, I do recommend it. I think you will love it. If you're a collector of Urban Decay naked palettes, this is definitely going to have to go into your collection. It's my personal favorite of the saga so far. So if you love your warm browns, warm neutrals, then you're obviously going to like it. If you like naked palettes, you're going to love it. That's what I have to say about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, my thoughts and opinions on the whole collection. Let me know your thoughts if you're going to be picking this up in the comment section below. I'd love to know your opinions and if you were able to snag it during the early launch, which was June 12th. Otherwise, I will leave the other dates in the description box so you can know when it's going to be available to you if you missed out on the early release. There's only limited quantities. I hope there's still some available though when this video goes up. Please. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.
Floating away with you in the backseat of my car. We're timeless, sailing through, but tonight, no, we can't go far. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally breathe. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally see